Good morning, folks. How are we all today? I hope we're all well. A quick look, see who's in. Anne's Reagan away, Lorna Shields, Arthur Kerr, Rosie, how are you, my dear? Stevie Charlton, Peter M, Ange, Aki's mad. Oh, hello, Aki. It's been a wee while since you popped in. Arthur Kerr, Melanie, Rosie McGregor, Last Braveheart, Jeremy Dodger. I think I've said that. How are you, Ange? Hi, Graham. Hi, Mark. Linda. Anne. June. Scott. Ellie Case. Right, done the other way, I think. Hi, Barbara. If I've missed you, I'm sorry. Right, numbers are climbing nicely. We'll get the intro out the road, eh? And they took Davey out the truck and that home in his office. High class action. In South and North Lanarkshire, where it is a beautiful morning. Clear blue skies. Sunny. And presently 10 degrees. Today's high will be 13 degrees. I think they might have got that wrong. There's no rain in the forecast, so no doubt there'll be a shower at some point during the day. Humidity's at 93%. And the wind speeds 13 to 29 kilometres an hour, or 8 to 18 miles an hour in old money. Pollen count, 0. Irrelevant. But apparently if there is going to be any pollen around, it'll be harder. Okay. So as we know, Wednesday morning, folks, the other Davey joins me and I'll fire the headlines at him and he's to take a guess at what it's about. Okay. So we'll get him in. There he's there.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Hey, just to mention something to the people that are looking in at the moment, right? I bought some nuts for the loose nuts that you get in the bags for a little squirrel this time of year, right? And I've had a great time this morning, lovely sunny weather, looking at the squirrel, inspecting each nut as he runs away with it, with each one, right? And it's fantastic. He'll dig a hole and he'll put it in there, and that'll be his store for when he wakes up Christmas or winter, right?
Well, I have a good time to mention there will be a Christmas special as usual this year, folks.
Oh yeah.
Start time to be announced. Christmas Day, of course, is the day. Right, David, better get one underway because these ones normally take a wee bit longer. So first up this morning, the Scotsman, if I can find it. Wrong side. Be one of mornings, I think. Yep, definitely going to be one of mornings. Oh, we're getting close. Yeah, we found it. Things get easier after this, David. Right, 26 million Sheku Bayoh inquiry left in chaos as chair quits.
I've heard the name. Sorry, you're going to have to help me on this one.
Okay, well,
was this the one that the person that was killed and the police when he was taken in? No.
Aye, it was in Kirkcaldy, coloured fella. The police thought he was aggressive and out his hidden drugs. Apparently there was something different wrong with him. Anyway, they got on him mob-handed, wrestling him to the ground, and he died of his injuries, the guy.
Yeah.
Now, this inquiry has been going on since 2020, and the actual incident was a bit before that. You know how long it takes something to get the ground rule inquiry running.
Right, okay.
The real story here is police, once again, are disrupting this inquiry. Now, I don't know if you know about this, David, but the Police Federation demand that their members get immunity for prosecution to take part in this inquiry.
It shouldn't be the case. If they've done wrong, they've done wrong. Right?
Well, anyway,
it should make each policeman or policewoman think before they do anything to any
The
human
point is,
being.
Paul, this is the gang mentality of the Police Federation. Give
Mhm.
our members immunity, we won't allow them to talk to your inquiry.
Yeah,
Never did that.
that's
But let me fast forward. During the course of the inquiry, the chair, Lord Brackadale, has had various meetings with Sheku Bayoh's family.
yeah.
Okay, and the Police Federation have objected to that, and they have said that the judge is biased towards the family, and they've had that between their teeth like a dog with a bone. And
I take it the solicitor, like the advocate, is working for is Anwar.
don't know who the Police Federation's got appointed, but it doesn't sound like.
No, I'm saying that the people that the family of Sheku Bayoh.
Aye, the family's got. Aye, they've
Yeah.
got Amwa.
Yeah.
But the Police Federation have been obstructing this. It's dragged on for years. It's cost 28 million. Now they're going to have to find a new chair. He's going to get up. He or she's going to have to get up to speed with all the material that's there. Try to get the Police Federation to cooperate so they can bring this bloody thing to a halt. Because this stinks of a cover up,
Yeah.
and it stinks of 28 million, 26 million.
You cannot allow this. If you going forward, if we're looking to become an independent nation, it is really, really important that we get the policing right and policing by consent. And also, when police do have to take action against an individual, they better be bloody careful in case there's something wrong with that individual and that they are trained. And I know it's a difficult line to walk, but to be honest with you, that's the job.
Yes, it is. Now, after the Scotsman, we have the scum, and I don't put the scum up. And the scum has a pedo prince story of that apparently. Fury over free rent. Calls to kick Andy from Royal Lodge. Off you trot, Mr. Windsor.
Oh dear. This is just a blight on people's time, mental time. Yeah. Andy shouldn't be getting any column inches whatsoever, right?
I can give him as much as he wants, as far as I'm concerned.
He's a nonce, and that's it. End of story.
But they can give him as much coverage as he wants, as far as I'm concerned, because it helps put the death nail into the fucking monarchy.
Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's like job's done.
Every cloud's got a silver lining, you know.
Yeah, job's done as far as that's concerned.
Right, next up's the Looney Rag the Express. The Looney Rag the Express has Lord Brackadale stands down, throwing inquiry into controversy. It's no in controversy, it's a police federation that was obstructing it. Bayoh probing chaos after chair quits over bias. There isn't any bias. It's a police federation that's claiming there's fucking bias. They have been less than cooperative, should we say. It stinks here cover up. It seems like, and at the start I took the side of the police, but as I've watched this story and how the Police Federation have acted unfold, I'm sorry, I think there's something there being covered.
Yeah.
Covered up.
Yeah.
And the police are out of hand on this. The Police Federation is out of hand on this one.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, this one, folks, I'm going to talk a wee bit about after I show David the headline, because remember, he's not seen the headline. Next up's the Herald. Let me get it up. Ministers accused of cover-up over SPAD complaints.
Special advisors, right? So cover up over SPAD complaints. They were complaining that
2 grievances linked to advisors. That's the subheadline.
Yeah, the SPADs were costing too much, or something like that.
No, that's not it at all.
No, go on then.
The Herald are on a fishing expedition. They're unionists through and through, and they're gone for the SNP, and they want to taint the SNP in the eyes of the electorate. This is another one of these non-fucking stories. I was talking about one yesterday as well, and there was 3 of them last week. Apparently, over the 18 years the SNP have been in government, 2 special advisors have been complained about. Right, now the special advisors have to follow the civil service code and their own special code. Right, now the way it works is the complaints made, like in any work, the 2 people are spoken to, the 2 people are asked to reconcile the situation without it needing to be escalated, and in both cases it was. This is another non-story. It then goes on to tell us how much special advisors have cost for the last year, meaning 24 to 25, how many they are, and then it goes back the years, all the way back to Alex Salmond only having 7, to Humza Yousaf having 19, and John Swinney having 17. But
to be honest with you, David, I look at this and I go, special advisors, we think of people that are politicos. They're people that say, oh, we want to do this because, well, we'll head Labour off at the pass or whatever, right? A special advisor could be somebody that's brought in dealing with children.
Yep.
That's a specialist in children, child poverty or whatever, right? And what we've got is we've got in Westminster, we've got it whereby every Tory and every Labour nonsense head has got, I know what we'll do, instead of contacting somebody that's a specialist on that and saying, what do you think we should do?
Well, you're absolutely correct. Special advisors could be there to advise on anything.
Yeah.
They could be there to advise on infrastructure programs.
Yeah.
They could be there to advise on any reason. At this point in time, John Swinney's got 17 of them, and between him and his ministers, there's 17 of them. But there's a lot going on.
As far as I'm concerned, the money well spent.
Yes, they are money well spent. Anyway, this paper then goes on to tell us that the 17 advisors have got at the moment are salaried between 71,000 and 106,000. They're special advisors. You don't think they're going to work for fucking minimum wage, do you?
Absolutely right.
Wow. I mean, but folks, we are going to see a lot of this in the Herald. The Herald have decided that their strategy for this election to help the Brit Nats win is to discredit and to make the public believe that the SNP government is corrupt and covering things up. They're doing this after back of the complaint that was made by Sean Clerking, and this is the legs that these things then create.
No. Herald, I think what we need to do is we need to find out what the actual, how many newspapers they sell.
Very few. It's their online.
Yeah, it's the online. How many of their online articles are read? Right, you should be able to get that, and that then tells you that the Herald is a dying resource.
Circulations are dying, David.
Yeah.
You know, but their online presences can be quite strong.
Not
amongst the younger generation, but amongst our generation and above.
The worrying thing that I've seen occurring is where you've got the Labour Party and the Tory Party now occupying TikTok. And they'll put out blipverts, I call them, where the short message.
I've seen them.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, people take that in.
The SNP are going to have to get their digital campaign sorted out and they go onto TikTok.
Yeah.
One of the things they can't combat is the amount of money the Labour Party's got.
The SNP are already on TikTok. They're already doing it.
Listen to me. Do you know the cheeky bastards actually tag Labour fucking videos on the front of your videos in the afterwatch?
Is that right?
Aye.
We're doing something right there, aren't we?
Right, next up's her answer, and I don't put it up. Her answer's on a crime story. And it says Mafia leader, gang war, kingpin offer. Whatever the fuck that means. Anyway, mobster, Morocco move. Mob boss kicked out of Dubai to move to Morocco. Someone called Ross McGill has been offered refuge in Morocco by some global mafia boss, apparently. And this McGill is obviously a Scottish gangster.
Means nothing to me.
Nothing to me either, David. We don't move in that world.
Yeah, it's sorry, is it boring? Can you imagine living a life like that? You wouldn't be able to sleep properly or whatever. Yeah, jings. I once knew one of the blokes that was involved in the open cast coal mining scam, and he put up a closed circuit TV system round by his house and an Opal system to actually detect people coming at him. And he had a 12 gauge shotgun beside his bed and the monitor on its side so that you could actually wake up and see what's sort of going on in the house. You must live like that.
No.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid.
Lovely. You know some nice people. Now let's move on. David, this is much more important. This one's comical as fuck. All right, and we're on a short time slot. The failed blueprint to
the record had this in as well.
SNP plan to split UK, a win for Putin.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, David, what do you make it?
A load of nonsense. A load of shite.
Why?
Dead simple. It's like our plan to get rid of nukes or get rid of Fastlane is a win for Putin. What about Holland? Denmark? What about all these different places that don't have a nuclear arsenal, right? At the end of the day, are they a win for Putin?
You're missing the point.
If I'm missing the point, fair enough to carry on.
This is fear-mongering, right?
I know what that...
More to the point, the reason why it's nonsense is because what Little England and Westminster don't seem to get is they're fucking insignificant on the planet.
Okay, I could have said that. I would have come to that eventually.
No, listen, I've got to get rant in somewhere.
Most important thing is independence. Really important. After independence, we get rid of it, right? And as far as being a win for Putin is concerned, right? I don't give a shit. I really don't.
But it's not true. The point that they don't seem to understand in Westminster is they're not even on Putin's fucking radar.
I know that. I know.
That's the arrogance of the exceptionalism of the elite doing that road. They actually think they're important on the fucking planet.
Yep. It's Tory or Labour or Reform, etc.
Comical as fuck to watch.
Yeah.
And what little soft power they did have, they lost when they left the fucking EU.
And then when they tested the rockets, oh my goodness me, up it goes, and then it goes, shh. Huh?
Project Fear 3's no coming soon. It's already here.
Yeah.
But the point of this is nonsense. This is a win for Putin. Fucking Little England's not even in Putin's fucking radar.
Do any of you realise that if Scotland gets hit by nukes, right, which looks like, because we've got a big target painted on our backs, right, then it means that after you're dead, after you've been cooked at 10,000 degrees centigrade, off will go the boat that's there, the submarine that's out there, and its job will be to nuke another innocent population. And you won't know anything about it. So therefore, it means nothing to you as an individual.
You've got this wrong.
Go on then. Tell me again.
It's not an independent nuclear deterrent. I've made it clear what will happen if they nuke Scotland.
Oh, it's
the rest of the world will sit down.
No, you're no. Right? Something like that.
What will happen is the rest of the world will sit down. They'll have a wee cry about it. They'll shake hands and say, terribly sorry what happened to Scotland, but let's stop before we annihilate a full.
That's precisely what we're seeing regarding Gaza. Transport of that lot that you've just said into Gaza, and you're starting to see what's happening. Gaza is an experiment.
We know.
Yeah.
We're starting to see. We fucking well know.
Yeah. Go on then. Next one.
What one was that? The field. You get ready to bring the next one up. Right, it was a fail. Next one up will be the Times. What's the Times got for us this morning? Chancellor plans 2 billion tax rate on middle classes.
Well, we've talked about having a go at the license gambling dens or whatever. Then more to do with the disabled and the pensioners and all the rest of it, right? And now we've got a tax rate.
Well, this is a specific warning to people who use limited partnerships as a way of getting dividends instead of a salary. Because as you know, the dividends taxed at 12%, the salary's taxed at whatever.
Limited companies have done that for years now.
Well, she's talking about
basically what happens is, see if you have your own company, limited company, and you actually go through the normal way, right? I set myself a wage of, I'll tell you, £2,000 a month, right? Which lovely, right? But do you know how much I paid in tax and NI on that? £700. £700, right? If you do it via the shares and all the rest of it, right? So in other words, you're not taking like a normal wage, right? Save a fortune. Why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? You still pay tax, but you're paying a more amicable amount of tax. Yeah.
Right, and Kevin says, in the event of negotiations, Faslane has a monetary value. Malta made a lot of money out of the bases and the port. But the point is, Kevin, we intend to use that base.
Yeah.
We don't intend to have it rented out to the person next door. Apart from that would be militarily insane to have somebody else's army on within your borders.
Yeah.
On your borders.
That's right. Well, if you live in Qatar, you have that now.
That's why it's militarily insane, because Qatar couldn't really retaliate because the Yanks standing on their fucking necks.
That's right.
But hey, let's move on. The Field of Times, next up should be the Tory graph. Putin defies Trump as peace talks collapse.
Yeah, but Zelensky got on a plane, went to see Trump. By the time he got to see Trump, Trump had made a phone call or had received a phone call from Putin, and Putin said, "You do anything like that regarding these missiles, and that's it. It's the end of you, and it's the end of Ukraine. We will just blitz the whole bloody lot."
Yeah.
There you go. Have I got that one right?
Oh, in a roundabout manner, right. But actually, Putin's not worried about Trump the same way he's not worried about us. Trump's got trouble at home.
Yeah, Trump is now persona non grata all over the place.
There wasn't any fucking peace talks.
Yeah.
But, as I say, Putin's not worried about Westminster, and it's not worried about Washington. Westminster's finished as a concept, and it's not been a world power for many, many years. And right now, Trump can't even coordinate tying his own fucking laces.
Can he still go, yeah, with his guns?
No.
No,
he's psychiatrically unfit to have a license for a gun. After the Tory graph from the page. The National's got a cracking headline up on it. This one's brilliant, folks. You're going to love this. And I mean you're going to love this. The National has, Holyrood will try to block Labour's digital ID. Right? Now, this is the idea that when it comes to voting it through, because it has to be put before the Senate and Holyrood, Northern Ireland's a different case altogether, so that we can take that out of the equation. Now, it's what the question being asked is, will they respect Holyrood, or will they do what the Tories did and impose it upon us? What do you think, David?
Well, at the moment, I do know the Labour Party are throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, into actually making it work. They're trying to convince their own MPs first once they've got convinced their own MPs, then they can go out and actually convince the rest of the place, right? And that's basically how it's happening.
I expect there'll be trouble for that, Stevie. He didn't have permission to rip down the east side of the
Oh yeah, he's building a new ballroom on the side of the layout.
Let's get back to this.
Yeah.
1 or 2, you think they'll impose it on us, aye?
Oh, yes. They'll try, and people will protest. But the difficulty
people will protest, David. But what was interesting was the BBC coverage yesterday of Biffa taking the Scottish Government to court.
Yeah.
In the morning, it was the Scottish Government's failed scheme. By the time the BBC had the knuckle wrapped, they had to explain the scheme failed because Alistair Jack put in a Section 35 order because it would have meant that England and Scotland's markets would have been out of sync. They used the internal market bill to torpedo a perfectly viable scheme because England wasn't ready.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it, folks. And this is the same sort of thing. They will impose this upon us.
All I can say to you already, I mean, I'm working like hell to try and get walking, right? I'll see you on the barricades, guys. That. Yeah.
There won't be any barricades. I'm not brave enough to come up.
Well, they'll put me on the barricade, they'll all run away, and it'll be me with a gun. That's it. Right, you bastard. All together. What a time.
Right, next up. Should be the Guardian. This one, once again, it shows you how lazy these publications are and how very little they think about Scotland. Anyway, family law shift hailed as victory for children facing domestic abuse.
No, sorry, I don't know about this one.
Well, they'll talk about change. The thing is, at this point in time, the view that family law takes is it's best for the child to have contact with both parents. Well, and that's the dictate under the 1989 Families Act, which
surely that is down to the situation, right?
Right, but the other reason why it's lazy for
a situation where one of the parents is abusive or whatever, right?
But the situation at the moment is presumed by the courts because of the 1989 Families Act, which was translated into Scots law, by the way. Yeah. But the 1989 Families Act, the presumption was, and the courts had to take the presumption that it was best for the child to have contact with both. Well, because of a landmark court victory, that will now change. Circumstances will be looked at to see if it's best for the child to have contact with both parents. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I once fitted a telephone system to a refuge, a woman's refuge.
Aye.
And what some of these lasses go through, I mean, my goodness, the blokes are nutters. I'm sorry to say.
It doesn't matter whether it's a female or a parent that gets.
Yeah, woman are, but
the point is, David, the reason why it's lazy journalism, if you listen to what I said, was because it doesn't apply in Scotland. This story is not related to anything Scottish whatsoever.
Oh, it is the Guardian.
Because the 1989 Scotland Act, Families Act did cover Scotland, but the family law and the legal system is independent. So it was translated into Scots law. So if we want to change that law in Scotland, Holyrood's going to have to change it.
Yeah.
Because changing it in England and Wales doesn't make any impact on Scotland. It's got a different legal system.
Anything the Holyrood does now, it's Section 35 and it's all over. Good night.
You wouldn't be able to do that with this. It's already an act that's been translated into Scottish law.
Right.
Because family law is a devolved matter, only the Scottish Parliament could change the 1989 Act in Scotland.
Right.
So that's why it's lazy journalism. It doesn't fucking apply. That publication has now been printed in Scotland. They could at least go looking for Scottish stories. There hasn't been one in it yet. You know.
Right. Next.
Hey, next should be the eye. And I might be missing the memory.
Probably it's the Independent. I hate the thing that next is the the eye. Yeah.
You know, cost less at the printers, David, than printing the Independent. Anyway, benefits set to rise by 4% as problems pile up for Reeves.
Well, if the benefits are set to rise of 4%, surely it's her that's put it in place.
No, actually, it's because they've got to go up by inflation.
Well, you know, she could knock it down by 4%, so therefore there's no rise.
Of course you could.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, the benefits...
So problems pile up for Reeves, I don't think comes into it. You know, they're being stupid if they think that's the solution. Reeves could actually kibosh that, no problem whatsoever. Right?
She might have to change a lot to do that, David.
Yeah, right. But at the same time, you got to look at...
Anyway, if standard benefits are going up by 4%, and what's your pension going up by?
500 quid. I forget what much that was.
Which percentage is your pension going up by?
Sorry, I've not worked out in terms of percentage.
I can tell you because the triple lock means you get inflation plus 1%. So you're going up 5%. So pensioners are getting more than people on other benefits, which is good. They're quite in. You know, but the whole point of this, David, is
it would need to go up by 500%.
The point is the benefits going up by 4% every day, and an existing black hole, it means the black hole is going to get harder to fill.
When I think how much money I put into the system, and they say, no, there's no such thing as a pension pot anymore. That's down to Gordon Brown. But the amount of money I put in, it's like I should be getting a lot more back.
Well, anyway, the point of it is the fact that inflation is artificially high here because of Brexit. It's creating an even bigger black hole in the Treasury accounts.
Yeah.
If you notice, that 4% matches exactly what we lost by GDP for Brexit.
Yeah.
You know? So it is a problem for her. The increase in pensions at 5% is going to be a problem for her, no?
No, the problem for Reeves is by the time she has put out the budget, she ain't going to have a job in my eyes.
But that's why if it's not a budget that pleases the people, she'll be jolted off.
Yeah.
Last one today, second last one today, sorry. Let's get it up. The Metro, because we're out of time. Faker Rossi faces real time in jail.
The only person I know called Rossi is the guy that's a guitarist out of Status Quo.
Well, actually,
Rossi, yeah.
This is a Scotland specific story.
All right, okay.
This fella Rossi was raped a couple of women in America, fled into Ireland, and from Ireland into Scotland, changed his name, claimed to be of Irish descent.
This is a guy that's in a wheelchair and all that.
He was deported. He's now doing 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what that story is about. Okay. Yeah. So if anybody else isn't aware of this guy Rossi's story, he's a Yank who raped a couple of people, fled through Ireland into Scotland, changed his name, lived here for a number of years until they tracked him down. Okay, doggy, that's it. That's the extent of that story. We'll get rid of it. And that leaves us just with the one publication. By the way, the headlines in England were much more interesting today. So Reagan Week's programme after this should be quite interesting, because even if he does what I've done today and put the headlines up, you're going to find they're totally different if you're going to listen to his programme. The headlines...
Hey, Reagan Week, no pressure, son.
I can hold his own, young fella.
No pressure. Fuck's sake. Bozo the killer clown.
I was homicidal over Schools Minister Gavin's U-turn. XPM evidence at COVID inquiry.
Right, yeah. I couldn't tell you about it. And it's like, to be honest with you, if I saw it, I'd go, I really don't want to read about that.
Well, to be actually honest with you, David, as far as this rag's concerned and this publication's concerned, it's a case of move along, Scott. It's nothing to do with yous.
Yeah.
It's the English education system. And
Yeah.
apparently this is to do with the A-level exams during COVID and how it was conducted. You know, Bojo wanted it done one way. Gavin wanted it done the other way. And of course, the education minister put his case to Bojo and says, you rang, this is how it needs to be done.
Yeah.
So Bojo was raging, apparently was homicidal. He was going to kill Williamson. Williamson would probably eat him for breakfast. But, folks, while we say move along, nothing to do with us here in Scotland, we did the Warren fiasco.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, kids are no in school. Very few of them were actually doing the online learning. And how do you, after the schools are not open, how do you conduct the exams? It was a pretty difficult situation. So in this situation, we had Warren. A fiasco up here because it was a hard situation that even Gav the Chav down that road was facing. You know, but Bozo the killer clown, it should have nothing to do with Gavin Williamson. It's going to do with the atrocious way he handled the pandemic. Let the bodies pile high.
Just think, Scotland becomes an independent nation.
Don't think.
Brimming with opportunity for the kids. So the problem, a lot of the problems that we've got with the kids, anxiety and all the rest of it, right? A lot of the kids would all of a sudden go, oh, wait a minute, I can do such and such, right? That's what's wanted. Time for independence, independence, independence.
That's for the kids to decide.
Yeah.
They're the majority.
I appreciate that.
And, of course, it's their job to get them a route to decide.
Yeah. Correct. Absolutely.
Okay, 7 minutes there, and I want to go on. I've got a dishwasher to load.
Greg Lee wants to pub them English newspapers.
And the other thing is, I've got a letter. This is something that a lot of people don't do anymore. I've got a letter to write. Right, folks. See you all tomorrow morning, 10:30. Don't be late. You're on the naughty step.